Hey, this is Ben from TechLockdown.com. Today I've got an exciting announcement for the iPhone and iPad that I believe will allow you to make a screen immune from pornography. So as some of you know, I helped launch the LivingRoom for iOS app, which is a really strict monitoring and accountability app that records the screen and takes screenshots periodically so that you have complete transparency into how that device is used. So we've just released an update for this app that prevents the creation and viewing of nudity on the device, no matter what app is being used. When LivingRoom detects nudity on the screen, it reacts to it by covering the screen so that the content can't continue to be viewed, and then it also cuts the internet off to the device. There have been so many advances in artificial intelligence that make it possible now to build an app that can really efficiently check for problematic content and react to it almost immediately. This feature was implemented with privacy and battery life as a central focus. Now, if you're like me, you've experienced using many different apps and products over the years and are just aware that there's many ways to bypass these apps, basically making them useless. But the LivingRoom app is not like other apps. There's almost nothing like it that exists in the App Store. The typical exploits that apply to other apps don't apply to LivingRoom because it's built in a different way. For example, the most common exploit for an adult, if you have an app blocker or a website blocker, is you can just go into screen time and turn off the permissions to the app and use your Face ID to revoke those permissions, and then it just completely disables that app. But with LivingRoom, we include the supervision tool, and that basically configures the device so that LivingRoom can't be bypassed by an adult. It's even simpler to set up on a child's device because it uses Apple Family, which is a managed version of Screen Time, which basically prevents a child from revoking screen time permissions without parental permission. What I really love about this feature is it actually increases the freedom that a child or an adult dealing with addiction can have with their iPhone or iPad. It's not that hard to block websites that are obviously adult in nature. The real challenge is when you get into these mixed content websites or social media where there's some parts of these websites that have pornographic material, but the whole website is not categorized that way. So it's not always simple as just blocking adult websites. You typically have to block like an entire category like social networking and then only allow a few known safe apps within that category, which is a term at Tech Lockdown we call default deny blocking, and you're able to set that up with our DNS content policy. But this still won't get you to 100% coverage of completely protecting someone from accessing that material. There's a possibility a website slips through that should have been blocked that wasn't blocked. Or maybe there's direct communication of inappropriate material over things like Snapchat or Instagram private messages or just through iMessage. So with this new nudity detection feature, it won't matter how the content is accessed, whether through a website, through a social media app, or through direct messaging, even through a disappearing messaging app like Snapchat. LivingRoom is going to be able to detect the nudity on the screen and block it right then. So this should give you some peace of mind that if something happens to slip through your content blocking system, that LivingRoom is going to be the ultimate fallback layer that catches anything that gets through that. I'm excited to hear the impact this has on parents and accountability partners. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Check out livingroomapp.com to try out this app. And if you want more free guides and advice, check out techlockdown.com.